And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Transport Fever. Time to play with signals a little bit. I want to get these trains to not be so synced up all the time. Especially the coal and the iron. These things are so synced. But we are producing lots and lots of steel. We are doing really well on our steel production. But the steel delivery, these things are completely synced up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bulldoze, hit B here. I'm going to bulldoze, whoa. I'm going to bulldoze that one there. I'm going to bulldoze this one here. If we can stop with the lag, that would be great. Delete that one there. And then I'm going to delete this one here. This one. And this one. Trying not to be repetitive with it. So, delete that one there. That one there. So, let's see what that does to this setup. See, this one's slowing down now because it can't move past this signal because I destroyed this one over here. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get these to space themselves out so they're not completely synced up together. So this one here should make it to this signal. And it pretty much has a clear path all the way through. And I want to also destroy this signal there, this one here. And then I'm gonna want one of these gone. I'm thinking this one. So let's see. This lane here, if there's a train in the station, this lane will come up to this signal. But this lane doesn't have a signal, so it will have to stay way back here at this signal. So this hopefully works out and gets these trains from syncing up like this. So we shall see. It looks like, yep, see, this train is coming in. This train just started its trek. So we should get this train loaded up and hopefully turned around before this other train comes in, although they are pretty quick. How to fight that? I might want to make this go back a little ways further. There. So this one now, I just want to stagger the deliveries a little bit so there's just constantly material flowing in here. As you can see, this station here is really struggling, and we have a huge demand for materials, but just because of this, the nature of these things not really matching up right. Let's see. We don't have... Those shouldn't be lined up. I need to take one of these out. So I'm going to take this one out here. So now this one is waiting all the way back here for this one to come and go, and hopefully get a little bit of staggering going on here. I want to do the same to these. I've just been so signal happy. I want to take this one out, this one out. That's a lot of trains coming in. And this one out. And then I want Let's just try to not be too regular with it. Okay, and then this one. This one. I'm going to take both of them out of that one. Trying to get these to stagger is not an easy task. Okay, so now I'm going to do this one, that one, and that one. Okay, let's see. You have to give it time for them to stagger because, you know, we've got these signals all over the place now. And that's not good. I destroyed a signal. There we go. Now we're cooking. So just getting these to deliver, you know, even though steel was actually doing pretty good, I still want to stagger these out. Make sure the lines are still running. Sometimes trains have a tendency to flip on you. So I want to make sure one of these doesn't have that signal. I think I forgot. No, I destroyed some there, so we're good on that front. So getting some of these trains to load in. This one's already gone. These two might need a little bit more incentive to stagger. Okay, those two are gone. We got one loading in here. And this one's coming in. This one's coming in. So we're a little bit more staggered than we were. And while the system kind of updates itself and catches up with what we're doing, we should have some pretty good results, I think. So that train is gone. This one's slowly coming in. Likewise with coal, we got this one. So these two lines here can be a little more staggered, I think. So I'm gonna take this one out, and then this one out. And let's see, we've got this one there, so we're good on that front. Hopefully coal will be a little bit more offset than what it's been doing. So now we are almost continually loading, and it looks like I do need another signal on this line here all the way out. I'm gonna put it, oh, I forgot where it is. Let's just count. It is this line right here. So the fifth track in, I need a signal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a signal right in here. And instead of staggering them, I'm going to go out and I'm going to put it back here a ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So back in here. Just to give a little relief to this line here, so it's not blocking the station. Don't want it to block. Everything needs to be flowing. But it looks like this worked. We got some staggering going on with these trains here, which is nice. I like to see that. Although we've got this one coming in. So I might need to... Oh, the lag spikes are pretty intense. So I need to take that one out. Make sure I've got a signal. So I need a signal like right right in here. So that should allow this train to come out a ways and still, you know, still be able to stop, but staggered from this one. This one's stopping way back here, whereas this next one will stop way up here. So by their very nature, they'll be staggered out. So that's what I'm going for here. It may not be perfect. It looks like coal is still very much connected together here. So I'm not sure what to do about that. Maybe I didn't destroy enough signals in here, because we're still going all the way through without a problem. I think I need a little bit more in there. Maybe one here. Okay, this one's stopped. This one is, looks like it's going. Amazingly, even with all those signals mismatched, they're fighting me. They're fighting me the whole way. Let's try the same sort of thing here, because these two are combined in with one another. So I want to take this one out, this one out, and then I want to take this one out and this one out, and this one out, this one out, and then this one, and this one, and this one. Because this line, this inner line here, this is the one with the only one train on it, so we should be fine with that. And these are still not cooperating, because it looks like, I mean, we need so much wood in here. It's tough to get everything going. Our goods demand is very, very high. So these two are leaving just fine. It looks like, you know, one thing I could also do is instead of doubling the train, instead of doubling the lines the whole way, one thing I can do, and I'll just do a little mock-up here somewhere where I don't have very many trains. Another thing I could do if I were planning ahead is I could create one track between the two, right? And create a passing lane between the two. So this would be a passing lane for this track. And then I could have another train, another track, going like this. So this is another track, and if I only have two trains on it, I could create a passing lane down here. So this way, there's a passing lane further up the track, and this one there's a further down the track. And you can do that, and, you know, hopefully, you know, imagine these distances being far greater in between. So you have one train stopping to wait for the first one coming through to pass, and one train stopping to pass going the other way. As long as you don't put the passing lanes right next to one another, they should be staggered pretty well. Get a little destruction going on here. Okay. It looks like our airports are actually doing pretty well too. Let's go check on the buses. We did a south bus lane here. So it looks like we got, you know, people using the bus, which is good. And what has that done for the city? So there's the city. It looks like we're picking right back up again. So that's good. We are growing. We're not really delivering a whole lot of stuff to this city. Actually, amazingly, nothing. We're not delivering anything to this city. It's just too spread out. There's just not enough. Commercial stuff, not really touching very much. Industrial, not really touching very much. So unfortunately, that's pretty bad there. And the nominate is doing pretty good. We not only added buses up here, but we also added another line coming out of this station. And it looks like we have picked up quite a bit of business on that, and this is really on the upswing. So that's good. And the far west to nominate, we are getting some good numbers on that. And how many people? How profitable? Only 75, but that's not too bad. And very profitable line between the two. In this little area up here, look at this. We have some major growth and development up here by this new system. So this is really liking not only the bus station that we added, but also the new track that we added. So let's go see what it's like to go 300 miles an hour. 374, I think it got up to. Now that's a fraction of what these trains can actually do, but you know they have to do the long slowdown. You can see the city off in the distance over there coming in, but they have to do, you know, the long slowdown before they hit the station. So I'd really have to do a very large map or have a very winding, circuitous route for these to actually hit their top speed. And I'm not sure if anybody would ever even use these, because the top speed on these, you know, 932 miles an hour, I would have to go, you know, from far west, curve all the way around. I don't even know if it would hit the max speed to Transport Titan. I would have to probably go all the way around and try to hit far east over here to see if it, you know, to see if it hit that max speed. And even then, I don't know if anybody would actually use it, because they have a straight shot all the way through with just one bus or walk between these two stations. So they can come in here, get on a bus, hop over here, get on this station, and then head over. And I don't know what the timings are there, but I have a feeling that it would be a shorter distance. And our tool factory is still sort of struggling. We've got so much stuff over here. Look at all those tools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 tools total. Just for tools. Over 900 now. So we have quite a lot of demand. It looks like our steel is still... Well, I guess it's not really synced up. Just really seems that way. If I were to design these lines differently, I might have done it a little different. I can't be 100% sure, but I might have done it a little different. But it looks like what I did with the iron and the coal over here had a good effect, although they are still sort of synced up, and that's because I don't have any full load flag marked. You know, if I were using the vanilla wagons where they don't hold 50, they hold half of that. Full load might actually be worthwhile, because then, you know, the trains would sit in the station and fill up before they left. Or you can set the timing on them. So you can set these timings here, and here's the vehicles. Maximum waiting time right here. This would set, so if a train, let's say one train would come in and start to load, and if we had full load on, it would sit there and try to full load. Whereas another train coming in, filling up with the same material, would wait for, you know, set number of minutes before it would leave either empty or partially full. So that might be a way of staggering out the lines a little bit, where one train, you would always guarantee one train a full load, because even when 3 trains are loading at the same time and you see that little flashing where it's delivering and loading all at the same time, only one of those trains is actually getting that material. So it sort of helps stagger that out a little bit. But so far, we have a lot of production. I think our plastics factory upgraded, and we are out of oil. Look at the fuel over here. So we need more oil, and these are in need of being staggered. I think that would be helpful to stagger these out, because they're not full. They're definitely not full, and because they're filling up at the same time. And it looks like we've actually got quite a bit of it here. You can see where, oh yeah, that dropped considerably there. So much fuel demand. And oil is hard to come by too. I don't know what is lagging those systems so much, but I think we're going to need to work on oil a little bit to stagger those out a little bit. I think that's what's needed, so we get a more consistent amount of delivery, and there's not a huge gap in between the deliveries, because we have 3 trains on this line. So I think it's prudent that we do that. So we'll try that next episode to see if we can get some more production out of these. Well, that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.